Hey everybody, Carey Conley coming to you live on Monday at 5 p.m. Arizona time, as I always do. Hope you guys had a lovely day and a great weekend. I am loving the weather in Arizona, which is where I'm at right now. It's starting to really get hot, which is a great thing for those of us who love warm weather. So I know most everybody else, especially my friends from Colorado, hey Jody, hey Laurel, think I'm crazy, but I'm going to tell you something. I would rather have the heat than snow any day. So I'm hopping on because I love coming on here every Monday to just share some things around my journey, what I've learned. Hopefully it can help you. I am known as a vision expert. I help people get really crystal clear in writing, leap off the page, a detailed vision for their life and everything they dream so that they can bring it to be. Hey, Marianne, how are you? And I love talking about it. I love talking about it more and more every single day that I am still alive on this planet. And the reason I love talking about it is because I know that it's my purpose. I just came back from a weekend retreat and we talked a lot about knowing your purpose. And you guys, if I could tell you what my reason for existing is, my reason for existing is that I love to guide other people to figure out why they exist. It lights me up, and I know it is a very important mission because I do believe that every single one of your beautiful souls were sent here with something you and only you can accomplish. Whether you believe that or not, it's the truth. Unfortunately, I think we just get, I'm going to make up a word, culture-fied out of it. Meaning, I believe as children, we had a really clear authenticity about our purpose and knowing that we could achieve anything we wanted. And then little by little, we follow a path set for us for everybody else, and we get so far out to sea that we just can't even resonate with anymore. So I love to bringing people back to the core of listening to their heart and listening to what is their purpose, no matter what age, no matter what gender. I've worked with people all over the map, with educational backgrounds, ages, married, not married, in school, out of school. I will tell you my biggest passion right now are for young adults, and I'm going to start talking more and more about that over the summer. Because they are our legacy, and we need to grow up some really strong, visionary leaders, do we not? So tonight what I want to talk about, you guys, if you've been following me for a while, hey Laura, how are you? My word this year, you know how people pick words, my word this year is leap. And you know how you pick a word and you think you know what it means and then it turns out being another thing? Well, that's kind of what it's been for me, and I thought I'd share a little bit about how you leap. And take that next step. How do you up level? How many of you guys right now know that you want to go up either in your personal life somewhere, somehow, or in your professional life? And I don't know if you guys have happened to look up at the calendar recently, but we are now almost halfway through this year, my friends. So if you thought this was your year to level up, take a leap, really go after that thing, now's the time to do it. So I've been leaping. This was my year, and I said I was going to do it. And my daughter, I love you. She's a chip off the old block, I have to say. I love you, Laurel. Here's some things I've learned about taking the leap and where I'm at right now. And I'll use the word LEAP as an acronym to teach you 4 things I've learned that you can now apply if leaping is where you're at right now, okay? And you may not be where you're at a leap right now, and if you're not, maybe you just know that you don't even have a vision right now. And I'm going to talk about where you can get help with that in just a few minutes. But here's what I've learned about taking the leap. Number 1, starting with L, I had to let go of a lot of stuff. A lot more than I thought. I knew that I was going to have to let go of doing some things the way I'd always done that, some pieces of my business that I've been doing for years that I could do in my sleep. I knew it was time for me to let go of some of that. So look around you right now, and if you are wanting to really work in your zone of genius, you guys, probably most of you are still operating what we call the zone of excellence. Zone of excellence is doing something you know how to do really, really well without really even thinking about it because you've done it like that, or you've been skilled in it or experienced in it for years, and so you're just doing it. Hey, Philippa, how are you? So I thought it was going to be super easy letting go of all the things that I've been doing for years and years. And it took a little bit longer than I thought. And I'll tell you why in a minute. The other things I had to let go of were some limiting beliefs that we've got. Everything is up here, you guys. It's all up here, always. It's never the outside circumstances. So if you aren't leaping because you're still telling yourself you don't have the time or the money, just drop that, because you're never going to have the time or the money. That's never, ever, ever going to be the case. It's always what you're thinking and what you're believing and how bad you really want to level up. All right, so limiting beliefs. That meant that I had to make some shifts in where I was hanging around, and I hang around some really awesome people. But leveling up means that I needed to make space to start bringing in some people that had already left where I was going and were willing to reach down and help me get there. So a lot of letting go, a lot of letting go, and it takes longer than you think. Okay, so the second thing, letter E, then I had to really educate myself on understanding if I'm going to take this leap, letting go of where I've been and going into a world that I don't know much about, I needed to take some time to learn about it. So how do you do that? I always tend to learn from talking to the people who have already done it. And I have no problem reaching out to those people saying, hey, been following you, think you're amazing, I want to do what you're doing. Will you take some time to talk to me? You will be amazed, absolutely amazed at how willing people who are already living in abundance and living where you want to live are willing to help, because they got there from somebody helping them get there. So who do you know right now, you guys? It's already doing and being what you want. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask. I always learn the best for mentorship. The other way, of course, is that I've started reading books on the topics that I wanted to become more knowledgeable in. I always invest in people. So let me tell you something about educating yourself. You've got to invest to go up. If you're waiting for the money to show up to do that, you're going to be waiting forever. So it's time that you just invest, you guys. If you know it, just do it. I promise you, if you invest in the right things, the money will come back. All right, so it's education. I do it by reaching out to people, hanging with some really rock star people that are already there, and educating myself and investing. All right, letter A is called action. This is usually where people stall out. They're willing to maybe let go of some things. They're willing to educate themselves. But when it comes to putting things in action, this is where the big happens, right? So here's what I mean by action, you guys. When I knew I was going to take this leap this year, I reached out again, got invested in some people that mapped out an action plan for me to follow. And that action plan was broken down by quarters, because you can't take a leap all at once. Okay, so we broke it down into bite-sized manageable pieces. And that gave me the action plan that I could follow while I was still in activity with some of the older stuff. So here's what I'm saying to you. Is sometimes people just drop everything, quit a job, burn all their bridges, and take a major leap of faith and just jump all in. And there is nothing wrong with that. Some people can do it and really pull it off. I tend to be somebody that I can take the leap, and I know I'm going to have to invest to go up. But at the same time, I also know that I still have to keep one hand in some of my activity so that I can transition myself away from it. Okay? So that was a part of my action plan. How am I going to separate? And I have a date of when this is going to totally disappear, right? And take off completely on that thing. Are you guys following what I'm saying? All right? So L, let go of anything that's holding you back. Most times that's you. E, educate yourself. Educate, learn, and invest in the right things to take you up. A, get an action plan and stay in activity. Some people like to do all the research and putting the action plan and everything together and keep doing the research and putting an action plan together and keep doing more research and it's called analysis by paralysis. Okay, so don't get stuck there. Stay in action. Daily activity, moving towards the plan. The last thing, and this is the most important thing, is P, and it's people. Never in my life have I ever wanted to do something completely on my own. I have always been what I called a tribe girl. Always, my entire life. Everything I've done, I've wanted to do with other people, whether it's in my personal life or in my professional life. It's one of the biggest reasons I went into network marketing when I joined Arbonne over 23 years ago. I loved having a tribe of people that was a ready-built, supportive, knowledgeable community. And unfortunately, right now in our world, what we have set ourselves up for, especially if you're an entrepreneur, is isolation. It's devastating and detrimental to your life, you guys. Do not isolate. I know why we do it. We do it because A, we don't have a vision and we don't want to admit we don't have one. Or B, we have a vision and we don't want to share it with other people because, God forbid, we have to now be held accountable to the plan. Or we're worried that somebody's going to poo-poo on the plan. So we isolate. We isolate thinking that we can figure these things out on our own. I don't need to invest in somebody. You know what? I can just Google and get all the free advice I need. Free equals free, guys. If you are right now thinking that you can build a 6 to 7 figure career and this massive dream life that you want, and you are trying to figure out on your own, you're going to be figuring it out on your own until you die. So you might as well just admit right now you need a tribe. You need the right community. I can't stress this enough. Community is everything. And I've said this a lot the past few weeks around collaboration. I am not only a big believer in having a community as you are growing, I also am a big believer in collaborating. I collaborate with the best of the best so that I can stay doing the one thing that I do best and bring other people around me to help you. Okay? So, you guys got it, right? If you're taking a leap, these are just some of the things that I've learned thus far this year in the leap process. L, you've got to let go. E, you've got to get educated and invest to go up. A, you've got to have an action plan and stay in activity every single day. And last and most importantly is you've got to have a tribe of people around you, a community that you can lock arms with and be transparent with and work through all your stuff together. Accountability partners that are going to say, you know what, maybe you had a bad day today, tomorrow let's double up and get this done. Always, always, always believe in the tribe. So here's what I want to tell you. I have a couple different tribes. Obviously, I have a tribe called the Masterclass. Vision is Victory. If you go to my website right now, excuse me, I've got the hiccups all of a sudden. You go to my website right now and you go to Work with Carey, you're going to see a drop down. On the drop down, you're going to see two things. One says the Masterclass. That Masterclass is a recorded 5-module set of me walking you through why vision, getting your vision on paper, getting unstuck, setting bite-sized goals that you can stick with. Okay, it's awesome. And when you purchase and download that Masterclass, you get put into my tribe, my Facebook group I've created called Vision's Victory, the Masterclass, and I interact there on a regular basis. So if you know right now you don't want this year to get away from you guys, the Masterclass is where you start. You're going to see another drop down that says SAM, Simplify, Accelerate, and Monetize. This is basic entrepreneurial skill building mastermind that's going to kick off again in July. So if you are watching me, either watching live, I appreciate you guys coming on live. Share this out, you guys. Sharing is caring, and if you know somebody who needs to hear this message, love it when people share. Or if you're watching the comment and any of this made sense to you, resonated with you, you need more information about either the Masterclass or Sam, let me know. All right? I would love to tell you what's coming up. All right, so hope this helped you guys. I am Carey Conley, the Vision Expert, and I exist to help you figure out why you exist. So let me know how I can help you. And thanks for all the love. Thanks for being on live, and thanks for the sharing. I'll see you next week. Have a nice night.